Hey guys, my name is Lilly and today I want to show you the most popular trap in Africa. But before I can do that, I first have to do a river crossing. Unfortunately, the water is really high today, so I think I'm going to get wet feet. Okay, so now I'm trying to get down to the river. It's not so easy. Oh my god. This really feels like the jungle that I encountered in Africa 2 years ago. Oh my god. Alright, so this is where I want to cross the river. I want to get over there. And I'm going to get soaking wet, but so what? Okay, let's go. Woohoo! The water is not too cold. It's nice. Awesome. My boots needed a cleanse anyway. Today I'm using the APO-1. This is my own creation, and if you're interested in this knife here, make sure that you visit my website. Right now it's sold out, but you can go on this product and then you can click email me when back in stock. So we have a back in stock notifier, and then you will get an email when this knife is back in stock again. So now I have my sticks. The first one is just a stick. The next one is a smaller stick. And then we have two Y-shaped sticks. One is symmetrical, the other one is asymmetrical. Now I'm searching for a good place where I can set the trap. And you really want to find a springy pole, which is still green, like this one. This is green. I can use this here. Okay. So it needs to be a little bit strong. You can make it stronger if you take off the limbs, then it will snap up much faster. So this is something that I want to do right now. Take off the limbs here. And this one is dead anyway. Okay. So now we have our nice springy pole, which has enough of power to release the trap. Yeah, that's good. You will hear this whooshing sound. Okay, this is what we are going to take. So next we need some kind of string, and today I've brought some white string so that you can see better, so that you can understand the technique and the trap better. But of course in real life you wouldn't take a white cordage, you would take wire or green color, brown color, something that is blending in with the environment. I'm attaching my string, and any kind of knot that holds really works. I'm a really big fan of the constrictor knot. This is the constrictor knot, and now I want to show you how you can make this knot. Okay, so first you take your string and you go over it. You come back from behind at the left side, then you go over the right side, come back from the right side, then you go through here. Okay, this is a simple clove hitch, and to make a constrictor knot out of the clove hitch, you take the tag end and put it through the first loop towards the middle. Okay, and this is how you make a constrictor knot. And this will hold and not move anymore. And the great thing about this knot is that you can take it off very easily, and you don't have to fuss around with a very tight knot anymore. So this is going to hold, as you can see. And now let's make the trap. Now we have to set the trap here, because this is where the string is coming down. So now our string is going to come down here, and now I'm going to take the Y-shaped stick and I'm going to carve some points on the ends. Okay. So, and exactly at the spot where the string is coming down, you want to set this Y-shaped stick here. Okay, maybe a little bit further here, like this. And now push it into the ground. So now I'm taking this normal shaped stick and I set it right here and push it into the soil. And now this is a stick which goes into here, and then we take the smaller stick and it will go right here, and this will be attached to the cordage, and we now have to carve a little bit of a notch here so that this stick can sit in the notch. So now let's cut off the stick because it's far too long. This should be a good spot. It's just a small notch which is going to stop the stick from coming out. Okay, now let's attach the stick to the white string, and I'm going to make another constrictor knot to this small toggle. Oops! Sorry folks, I had to get another Y-shaped stick. This time one end is much longer because the other one wouldn't hold in the floor, so I had to get this bigger one. Now let's push it into the soil. Yeah. And this is going to hold. Okay, so this is the trap, which is now set, but it doesn't have a snare yet. So just for clarification, here's our spring pole, and then the toggle comes back through the Y-shaped branch, and with this small notch here, it's going to hold this stick in place, and this stick has a Y-shaped branch as well. And this is the trap that I've seen in Africa. Hundreds and hundreds of traps like this. The only thing that is missing is now a snare, which is self-closing. In Africa they have used some wire and they have made some loops like this, but you can also make a loop and lay it over the stick here, but I think that it's better to take some wire. So this is what I want to try out now. In Africa I saw some snares which were double the thickness than this. Sometimes they would just braid together two wires to make a stronger wire. But today, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm going to make a loop, and I'm feeding the other end through the loop here. So now we have the snare. Okay, and this tag end I'm going to attach to the toggle. Okay, so now I have set the snare. So usually you say a fist is enough for a hair. Okay, now let's try out if the snare works. So here I have a water bottle, which is half full. So this has about 500 grams. And now let's see what happens. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so we still have a lot of tension on the string and on the wire. The snare closed and it caught the bottle's neck. The animal will get suffocated because of the pressure of the snare, and then eventually it will die. Okay guys, today I'm out with the local hunter over there, and he's showing me some traps. He's trapping to feed his family, and as you can see we are just walking beside a wall, and in between the wall there are some spots which are gaps, and there he has set up a couple of traps. Okay, the trap is working pretty good. There's a few things that you have to keep in mind when you are setting this up, but there's a reason why most of the traps that I saw in Africa were exactly built like this. And when we were, in Africa, this local hunter led us through the forest, and we walked for at least 2 hours, and we saw at least 200 of these snares. We saw a couple of other snares as well, but the most common snare that I had was this exact snare. So I've tried to find it in the SAS survival handbook, but actually there's one snare which is a little bit similar, but it's not like this. So this is a variation of a spring leg snare. It's a pretty effective snare, and the great thing is it's pretty easy to make. You only need 2 Y-shaped sticks and 2 normal sticks. So now I'm going to disassemble this trap, because actually it's not allowed to build it in my country. It's illegal to snare animals like this, and I only set up this trap for demonstration purposes. So only if you are in a real survival situation you can build a trap like this to prevent yourself from starving. In other countries this might be legal, like in Africa for example. So it's always good that you inquire about your local laws. In Austria it's only allowed to catch animals in a cage so that they are still alive. And also I gotta say that trapping animals like this is not the most humane way. So I would only do this in a real survival situation. Let's say I am stuck in the wilderness, I cannot go home and I'm really hungry, then I would set up this trap. Also make sure that if you train with this trap, always disassemble it, because it might happen that the neighbor's cat get caught in the trap and then you will have real troubles. So don't take this trapping topic lightly and always be mindful what can happen. And last but not least, make sure that you are not hitting your eye with the toggle, because sometimes it can be very tricky to set up the trap and you can hurt yourself by, for example, getting the wire in the eye or the toggle here, or maybe this part can come out. So make sure that you always take away your head from the spring. Alright guys, so that's it for today. I find the trap is pretty awesome and very effective. I make sure that I disassemble everything, throw it at different parts so nobody can build it again. Okay, so really awesome trap. This is definitely my go-to trap if I ever have to use a trap like this, and it's pretty easy to remember as well. Alright folks, so this is it for today. I really want to thank you for watching and stay tuned till next time.